Very good morning, students. Welcome back to your maths class. In our today's class, we are going to revise the topics which were left from chapter number 2, the 4 basic operations. The topics for today are multiplication, division, Dmas rule, simplification, and average. So students, let's start the revision. What is multiplication? The operation to find the result of repeated additions of two numbers is called multiplication. So, multiplication is defined as to calculate the result of repeated additions of two numbers. The basic idea is repeated addition. Keep it in your mind. Repeated addition. For example, 25 multiplied by 5. Now, let's see some rules of multiplication. The first rule of multiplication says that numbers can be multiplied in any order. The product does not change. For example, 50 multiplied by 4. Rule number 2. When a number is multiplied by 1, the product is the number itself. For example, 764 multiplied by 1. So the answer will be 764 itself. Rule number 3. When a number is multiplied by 0, the product is 0. Rule number 4. When a number is multiplied by 10, put 1 0 after the number to get the product. See here, the answer is 6240. It is same as the number. When a number is multiplied by 100, put 2 zeros after the number to get the product. Rule number 6. When a number is multiplied by 10, 100, 1000, 10,000, etc., put as many zeros at the end of the product as in multiplier. Okay, so multiplier is the number with which we are multiplying the number. To understand it in a more better way, let's see some more examples. There were 4 rows of tulip plants. In each row, there were 6 plants with 1 tulip on each of them. If Pooh plucked 3 flowers from each row, what is the total number of flowers with Pooh now? Here we will write it as in a very simple manner. As he has plucked the 3 flowers from each row, so first number will be 3 and there were 4 rows. So we will write 4 and we will multiply both of these numbers. 3 multiplied by 4 is equal to 12. It means he is having a total number of 12 flowers with him. Even if I am changing the order of the numbers, there is no change. You can try it by yourself also. 4 multiplied by 3. Think it is going to be same. Yes. The answer will be 12 only. Here 12 is the product of 3 and 4, while 3 and 4 are the factors. Let's take one more example. The children brought gifts to give to their friend on her birthday. There were 5 children. Each of them brought 5 gifts with them. Can you tell how many gifts are there in all together? Let's try to solve it. Remember, there are 5 children, each having 5 gifts. So, 5 gifts from each child makes a total of 25 gifts. Here, 25 is the product of 5 and 5, while 5 and 5 are the factors. Let's try to solve some more questions to understand multiplication. Find the product of 9759 and 35. First, we write both of the numbers one above each other. under the place value chart. We try to write the smaller number below the larger one to make the multiplication easier. Let's try one more example. Find the product of 5,847 and 693. We will use the same method. First, we will write both of the numbers one above each other. We will try to write the smaller number above the larger one. Here we are having the 3-digit number to be multiplied. What is division? The division is a method of distributing a group of things or numbers into equal parts. For example, 35 divided by 7. It will give us 5, which also means that 5 times 7 is equal to 35. Rules of division. When a number is divided by 1, the quotient is the number itself. 2. When 0 is divided by any number, the quotient is 0. Rule number 3. When a number is divided by itself, the quotient is 1. Rule number 4. Division by 0 is not possible. Rule number 5. In division, the order of numbers cannot be changed. Now division by 10, 100 and 1000. Division by 10. When there is only one zero in the divisor, the digit in ones place becomes the remainder. The rest of the digits will be the quotient. For example, 90 divided by 10. 90 divided by 10 will give us 9. So in number 90, there was 0 on the ones place. Leaving 0, the digit which is remaining is 9. So 9 will be the answer. Division by 100. There are only 2 zeros in the divisor. When there are only 2 zeros in the divisor, the digit in ones place and tens place becomes the remainder. The rest of the things will be the quotient. For example, 3625 divided by 100. So, 5 is on the ones place, 2 is on the tens place. These two numbers will become the remainder and rest of the number will be quotient. So, the rest of the number is 36. Here, 36 is the quotient and 25 is the remainder. Division by 1000. When there are only 3 zeros in the divisor, the digit in ones place, tens place and hundreds place becomes the remainder. The rest of the digits will be the quotient. For example, 3625 divided by 1000. Here, 5 is on the ones place, 2 is on the tens place and 6 is on the hundreds place. So, 6 to 5. Together, it will become the remainder. 625 will be the remainder and rest of the number. Rest of the number, what is left now? 3. Only 3 is left. So, 3 is the quotient. Here, 3 is the quotient and 625 is the remainder. Now, let's try to learn all the terms in division. Okay, so whenever we are dividing any number, suppose we are dividing 2565 by 13. So the number which we are dividing is called the dividend. We are dividing 2565, this is dividend. And we are dividing this number by 13. So the number by which we are dividing any number is called the divisor. Here 13 is the divisor. Now, when we are dividing, we'll get some answer. So the answer which we get is called as the quotient. And if there's any number still remaining in the last, that number will be called as remainder. Here, 4 is the remainder. So in this example, 13 is divisor, 2565 is the dividend, 197 is quotient and 4 is remainder. After doing the division, if we want to check whether whatever we have done is correct or not, there is a formula which is quotient multiplied by divisor plus remainder is equal to dividend. When we will multiply the quotient with divisor and when we'll add the remainder with it, it will come exactly same as the dividend. If both of these things are exactly same, it proves that our division is correct. For example, we can see here a lots of tulip plants. How many plants are there? Can you tell me? Don't worry, I will tell you. Here are a total of 36 plants. As you can see that it is clearly visible that there are 4 rows of these plants. 1, 2, 3 and 4. Can you find out how many plants are there in each row? Here, we will use the method of division. We will divide the total number of plants by the number of rows. So, the total number of plants I have told you is 36, which I have already told you. The number of rows are 4, which is visible to all of you. Now, when we divide, we get the answer as 9. Here, 36 is the dividend, 4 is the divisor, and 9 is the quotient. Let's take another example. Here we are having large numbers. Here the number which is being divided is written over here. You can see here that we have divided it step by step. Here we have divided 96,58,437 by 56. After dividing it, we got the quotient as 1,72,472 and the divisor was 56. We got remainder as 5. So as we know that the dividend is 96,58,437, the divisor is 56, quotient which we got is 1,72,472 and the remainder which we have got in the last is 5. Here we can check our division, whether whatever we have done is correct or not. We have already studied this formula that quotient into divisor plus remainder is equal to dividend. So here we have multiplied the quotient with divisor and added the remainder, which gives us the same number as the dividend. It proves that the division which we have done is correct. All the 4 operations together, that is addition, subtraction, multiplication and division. When 4 operations are given in a question to be performed together, we follow the Dmas rule. What does Dmas means? DMAS. D stands for division, M stands for multiplication, A stands for addition, S stands for subtraction. It means first divide, then multiply, next add and finally subtract to get the answer. For example, if we are having a question like this, to simplify it, 45 plus 15 divided by 3 multiplied by 4 minus 10. So, the first step is to divide. 15 divided by 3 will give us 5. Then we will multiply. 5 multiplied by 4 will give us 20. Then add. 45 plus 20 will give us 65. At last, we have to subtract. 65 minus 10 is equal to 55. So, 55 is our answer. Let's see one more example. 200 minus 100 plus 375 divided by 25 multiplied by 35. Again, we'll follow the rule of Dmas. Step 1. We have to divide first. 375 divided by 25 will give us 15. Then step 2. We have to multiply. 15 multiplied by 35 will give us 525. Step 3. Add. 200 plus 525 will give us 725. Step 4. Finally, we have to subtract in our step 4. So 725 minus 100 is equal to 625. Here our answer is 625. Hope you understood the concept of Dmas. Moving forward, we are going to study average. What is average and how is it calculated? Average of a given set of numbers is calculated by adding all the numbers and then dividing the sum obtained by the total count of the numbers, which means average is equal to sum of the given numbers divided by total count of the given numbers. Let's take an example. The marks out of 100 scored by Ria in 5 subjects in class 5 are given as follows: Maths 95, English 93, Science 94, Hindi 88 and Drawing 90. Find Ria's average marks. So, to get the answer, let us first find the sum of marks of all the 5 subjects. 95 plus 93 plus 94 plus 88 plus 90 gives us 460. The sum of all these numbers is equal to 460. Now, average marks is equal to sum of marks divided by number of subjects. So, average marks is equal to 460 divided by 5. 460 divided by 5 is equal to 92. So, the average marks scored by Ria is 92 marks. I hope that you have understood all the topics which we have studied yet, as we have studied them in tutorials as well as in our live classes. So students, study well. All the best for your periodic test 1. Thank you. Take care.